Yeah, I think in terms of the occupier market, I think there's a bit of a wake-up call going on, certainly amongst the retailers and probably amongst the real estate owners as well, that the market is at the early stages of quite significant transformation. If you look at what's happened over the last 2 or 3 years, if you look at the impact of the online, if you just look at the impact of technology in its widest sense, I think there's going to be even more changes to come. And so I think we're dealing with a sector in quite significant structural change at the moment. It's very difficult in today's world to talk about the risks that are all around us without appearing to sound a bit gloomy and a bit negative. You know, personally, I'm extremely positive, certainly about our business, about our sector that we're in, but it's not going to be good for everybody. So I think there are certainly some players out there, whether it's real estate owners or retailers, that will suffer in the coming years. But that said, where there's risks, we also see enormous opportunity. And I think what the ICSC does is it brings together industry leaders and people from the sector at events like this that can exchange and share concerns, issues, and learn a little bit more about what's going on. I think the US is different to Europe. It's significantly different because there's just more retail space per capita. It's also different because it's just often a more dynamic market, so it's a bit more, they take the pain when it's there and then they deal with it and move on. So it's a slightly more sort of mark-to-market type environment. So I think the US is different, but I think what we'll see in Europe is we'll see the similar trends, but on probably a slower pace and a longer time scale. So effectively that's the same thing. So I think the same trends will play out. If you look at the US recently, pay less, filing for bankruptcy, and Ralph Lauren closing a flagship store on Fifth Avenue in New York. So that's at both ends of the retail spectrum. Retailers are suffering. So I think we'll see the same thing. I think we'll just see it on a slower basis and it will take longer to be felt by the market. I mean, I was delighted to see that we've 10 years that we've been supporting and sponsoring in one way or another the ICSC conference. It's a very important conference for us. We have a significant number of delegates here from Redevco, and I think it is the place that we come once a year, whether it's in Warsaw, Berlin, or London, or wherever it might be, that we come together with our colleagues, sometimes with our rivals, to meet retailers, to meet other developers. And it's a very important meeting place and a place to understand what's going on.